Yeah, I'm not positive what my deal is either, so I just sort of keep on trucking.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Week 12 of the 2025 NFL season. It is the Deer opener in Wisconsin this week, and the Vikings are heading to Lambeau because the Vikings are playing the Packers. I had to bring on the official, unofficial co-host of the episode and bust out some technology that I haven't used in about a year. Let's bring in Corey. How's it going?
Good, you?
Not too bad. You got your orange on as well?
Yep. I'm excited. I got the rest of the month off. So
it is crazy that it is like leaving work and it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have like 3 days and then it's Thanksgiving and then Monday is the 1st of December. So it really is like the rest of the month.
Yep.
Being so late. Before we dive into anything, do you have anything special that you're drinking?
No, I just got my Miller Lite.
Oh, well, nothing wrong with a classic. I'm kind of sad. I stopped and I was like, well, I'm going to get something special. It's Packer Viking week. And Goose Island has their Bourbon County brand stouts that they make. And it's really hard to see because like the labels, I don't know if embossed is the right word, but Goose Island, it's Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels. The shelf said something about Bananas Foster flavor. And I was like, well, that sounds like a fun I think I grabbed the wrong bottle though. But I will enjoy it all the same. I'm going to pour a glass here quick. I'm probably going to overheat in my sweatshirt and jacket. All right. Skal, fyrir, ther.
Go Pack, go.
That is a hearty, chocolatey, and sweet stout. All right. I'm not well, here. I guess I'll start with where I'm at coming into this game. I've been wrong about pretty much every week of the Viking season. Let's preseason. I was very in on McCarthy. I was very in on Addison. Very in on Aaron Jones, who, in his defense, he was hurt. He's been playing well lately. Week 1 looked rough, but then JJ had a couple good drives there at the end to get the win over the Bears. Week 2 was abysmal against the Falcons. Then he got hurt. Then it was Carson Wentz, and it hasn't been great. And then they beat the Lions, and that's cool. That was fun. And it's like, well, this team has a lot of talent on it and good coaching. Why can't they make a run of this thing? And then promptly got shellacked by, well, not even shellacked, just you can't give the ball up to the Ravens 3 times and expect to win. But they did, stay in that game thanks to the defense. And then last week against the Bears, again, the defense kept the Bears to 19 points, but offense can't move the ball. So coming into this week, knowing that in the last 3 weeks they've beaten the Lions and lost to the Bears, I don't know what to do with the Vikings. The Packers, meanwhile, have had they lost to the Browns, they lost to the Panthers, they lost to the Eagles in a real low-scoring game, and then had kind of a scare against the Giants, but got the win. How do you feel about your team coming into this week?
Well, Josh Jacobs is hurt. His knee got tweaked a little bit, so he didn't play the rest of the game against the Giants. He'll probably be out this Sunday. Jordan Love, not being smart, hurt his shoulder during the game last week. Just go down, dude. Why are you trying to truck people? You're a quarterback. Just go down. Offensive line played better against the Giants. I mean, they got a good D-line front with Dexter Lawrence and their linebacker core. They played better, but there's still no – Sean Ryan at center just scares the crap out of me because he got beat. There's 3 plays during that game where he got beat so bad. Like Lawrence was in the backfield before Love handed it off to Wilson. It was just like, we don't have a true center. Elton Jenkins was not really a center. He's a guard. I mean, yeah, he played center in college a little bit, but he's not a center. So we have no true center at all. That's going to hurt us moving forward in my book. Defense, Parsons, he's getting held a lot. It's just not getting called, and it's getting ridiculous. I mean, when he gets held like this, I'm surprised his neck is still attached somehow. And it sucks that we don't have a cornerback that's a true number one. Keyshawn Nixon is not a good quarterback. On any other team in the NFL, he'd be ranked number 4. I don't know what they see in him. Yes, he has good pass blocking, but he's not a true number one. Nate Hobbs, that was a terrible signing. That was terrible signing. He should be arrested for the money that he got. And the only good cornerback we had was Carrington Valentine this year, right? He's been playing lights out. And yeah, defensive line, not having Kenny Clark hurts, but Colby Wooden has stepped up. Carl Brooks, he's been 50-50 this year. Also, Nasir Stackhouse, the rookie lineman, he hasn't really played that much. So it's kind of 50-50 there. It's the only thing that's been good has been Parsons so far. And
Is it Rashawn Gary on the other end that people have been complaining that he's not doing more, like he should be doing more, given that Parsons is drawing the doubles as much as he is?
Yeah, well, yeah, and it also hurts that Van Ness has been out. I don't know if there might be a chance he might be in this week. I haven't really heard anything, but yeah, Rashawn Gary, where have you been? You know, he only played 39 the 72 snaps against the Giants, so that's kind of, and you're the 13th highest pass rusher in the NFL, so that's kind of concerning right there.
Yeah, wow, I didn't know that. So I guess on the Vikings side, I can relate to the not having a center thing. They signed Ryan Kelly in the offseason from the Colts. He got another concussion. He's been on IR. I think he's slated to return in the next week or two. In the meantime, they've been playing Blake Brandel, who never took a snap at center and has been miraculously very, very good, which is really funny. He's been kind of the Vikings gap filler whenever they've had an injury. I know Donovan Jackson, the rookie's been getting credit at guard, getting a lot of recognition. And obviously O'Neal and Darisaw are their tackles, but they've been banged up and battered and bruised a lot this year, which was disappointing. Last week against the Bears was the first time, I think, this season the Vikings didn't give up a sack. But I'm really curious. I mean, the Bears defense is nothing special.
No.
But now to see, can the Vikings do that against, I would say, a significantly better defensive front? Maybe not like they're not the Rams or the Texans, but Micah Parsons is a game changer, and I'm really concerned for JJ. I was watching some clips from past games and just like watching him get turned inside out by like the Falcons. It could be bad. Obviously, I mean, I talk about the Vikings offense every week, and it's, you've got Addison, you've got Jefferson, Hawkinson, Aaron Jones. Like, you've got this like cast of really good receivers, and you just got you need a quarterback that can get them the ball. It's funny, as the public is kind of turning on JJ and getting frustrated with his play, I'm seeing more and more analysts kind of put out footage of like, well, he's got to fix this, he's got to fix that, but really there's a lot of things here to like. And it's really hard to believe it when week after week you're watching him sail passes on his all-star wide receivers. So I guess to me it's an interesting matchup, because can the Vikings floundering offense take advantage of a secondary that you don't think is all that great? And I don't know if the Packers secondary has really been tested that much lately. I mean, like, trying to think back at their schedule. I mean, they played Jameis at the Giants, but like they kept the Eagles in check, but the Eagles haven't really been that great or that pass heavy. So I guess, are you concerned about McCarthy getting right against the Packers defense this week?
Well, it all depends on who's starting on your own line. I mean, it's been kind of a turnstile a little bit this year for you guys. If Parson gets there and gets home and gets McCarthy, I think it'll be fine, but I have no faith. I have faith in Valentine, McKinney, and Evan Williams, but like Keyshawn Nixon, no, I just have no faith in him anymore. Or if Nate Hobbs is even out there, I mean, I don't think he played much against the Giants. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, but I have no faith in Keyshawn Nixon. I think he'll be targeted a lot during the game. I mean, if you put JJ or Addison just on him, yeah, that's going to be a win every time in my book. Just saying.
Does he travel
Uh,
side to side? I
no.
don't.
Well, they've been putting him on the number one guy. So if they put him on JJ, unless they get McKinney or Williams out there to help him double coverage, but then you got Addison too. So what do you do?
Yeah.
You
Well, now you got to cover Naylor too, because apparently he's
Naylor.
He's heading to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. So do you just leave Valentine alone and have McKinney cover that, Williams cover both sides? I don't know. We'll see what Halfley does. He's been keeping us in the mix this year. It's gonna suck when he gets hired for being a head coach. It's gonna really
That's
suck.
the dread that I have. I understand wanting to be patient with McCarthy, like maybe developing him if he's got these good things. I mean, like Jordan Love was a great example of people they really didn't like that the Packers took him when they took him because he was like kind of the raw talent in that draft class, and they gave him time. And I mean, there's still a debate about whether or not he's like great, but he's definitely a starting quarterback. But it feels like what I'm most concerned about is that we're wasting the time where we've got Addison and Jefferson all together, and we have Brian Flores coaching the defense. And the blackballing can only last so long before everyone's like, he's just too good to ignore as a head coach candidate. So I am really afraid of that. I suppose we probably should talk about the homecoming of one Aaron Jones. Homecoming maybe not the right word because he's from Texas, but coming back to the team that drafted him. The Vikings running game was actually pretty good against the Lions, but they didn't use it very much. And I'm trying to remember because he got dinged up last week against the Bears, or was it the Ravens game? But I know he's looking. I saw the press conference today. He said he's looking to get to score in regulation and get a Lambeau leap before the end of the game. Are you concerned about the Packers' run defense against one Aaron Jones?
No, because how old is he now? What, 33?
Is he already 33? I thought he was 31 or 32, but yeah, he's old.
Well, he's
by running back standards. Obviously, 36 is perfectly fine.
Well, yeah. Running backs these days in the NFL don't last past 32, 31 maybe.
Yeah.
So he's getting to the tail end of his career. I mean, he still has the explosiveness, but he gets hurt a lot now. So, yeah. I mean, we'll see. Just if Edgerrin Cooper in the middle, hopefully Quay Walker will be back. I mean, I could see using Cooper as a spy on Aaron Jones during the run plays. So, yeah.
Oh. And Cooper, this is his second year, right?
Yep, second year.
Yeah. And Quay Walker has stopped attacking training assistants. So he should be on the field.
We'll see.
That's a fun storyline. So how do you... I've been thinking about this a lot, like trying to get ready for this video the last couple of days. Do you have a prediction for this game? Or a way that you see it going?
God, I think it'll be close. They usually are when they play at Lambeau, except for 2 years ago. I think it'll be closer than we think because, well, actually, hold on. Is it Toyota-thon right now?
Oh, no.
Is it Toyota-thon?
I'd have to look it up.
Well, when it's Toyota-thon, Jordan really plays better, so maybe it'll be we'll see. I think it'll be like 31-17, in my opinion.
I'm going to get so many car ads now. Yes, it is Toyota-thon. It has started for 2025, running November 19th to January 5th. So
January 5th. Yeah, so we'll lose in the playoffs. Okay, yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
Haley has a theory that because the Packers keep playing to their competition, now that the Vikings are, at least on paper, a bad team, the Packers will play poorly against them. So this is our chance. We're going to Cleveland Browns you is what we're going to do.
Oh, thank God. That's a game.
That game,
Oh my God.
I was watching it with her, and I was like, the Packers will be fine. This doesn't happen to them. They'll go down the field and kick a field goal. And as I was like trying to like console her that this doesn't happen to her team, this is a Viking thing to do, he throws the pick. And I was like, oh no, but it's okay. The Browns will miss. It's fine. And then they made it. And I was like, I'm sorry. It doesn't happen to the Packers. So, but it's the same thing with the Packers started the season shellacking the Lions. Like, I remember watching that game and thinking like, oh no, like this is the Packers year. And I know they've been like beset by injuries and everything, but it is weird to have a team with so many, Dobbs, Golden, Watson, Wicks.
Yeah, Wicks. Heath.
I know Kraft got hurt.
Yeah.
But like you've got all these receivers and that not one of them is like a reliable alpha wide receiver one type guy. Is that a product of the offensive scheme? Is that because they're all kind of more wide receiver twos and you haven't found the one? Is it because they can't stay healthy? Reed, I forgot about Reed. My goodness.
Yeah, Reed will be back probably next month.
Okay, good. Yeah, give us a few more weeks. We don't need him this week.
But honestly, for the Packers, have we ever really had a true wide receiver number one? I mean, in '96 team, it was Freeman. They had Freeman, Brooks, Don Beebe, Andre Rison, Terry Mickens, Derek Mays. Those were not true wide receiver number one guys.
Not then. But I mean, I was like Donald Driver and Jordy Nelson and Devontae Adams.
Okay, Devontae was like a number one, but
was Jordy more of like just because he had the chemistry?
Yeah, Jordy was like a number two, but like Devontae, after Jordy left, then it was Devontae, and Aaron was just throwing it to him all the time. Lazard and the other guys were just a supporting cast.
Yeah,
like Devontae kind of reminded me of like Sterling Sharp back in the day when Favre was just throwing it to him all the time. So
what's his name? Matt Stafford is the quarterback kingmaker because he force fed Megatron and he force fed Cooper Kupp. Yeah. And now he's doing it to Puka.
Yeah.
And also a little bit Devontae Adams. Yeah. Now too. So okay, yeah, because in my mind, the Packers have, oh my goodness, the Packers have always had that guy that buried the Vikings, but I guess maybe in the grand national scheme of things, like I know when Jordy left, he didn't really do anything after that, but also he was old, so it's kind of,
he went to Oakland and did nothing really. He got like 2 touchdowns. Yeah, that was it.
And so did Devontae, but he's having a bit of a resurgence with the Rams right now. Although I think he's got 6 touchdowns, but they're all from like less than 5 yards out.
Yeah. I got beef with him. So, but yeah. Anyway.
All right. So it's week 12. Mm-hmm. Packers have already had their bye or not yet?
Yep, we already had it.
Okay. Vikings have already had theirs, which means both teams now have 6 games left.
7.
Because this week will be okay. Packers are basically half a game back from the Bears. The Bears of all people. Lions are right on their heels, and then the Vikings also are a team in the NFC North. How do you see the rest of the season going for the Packers in the division at large?
I think the Bears will fall apart. It's coming. They will fall apart. Like their point differential is like what, minus 40 or something like that still. I mean, nah.
Yeah. And
Caleb Williams
I don't think they have a win against a team with a winning record either. Or maybe they do, but not the last 6 weeks.
I think that's true. Yeah.
The Vikings among them.
Yeah. But no, I think Caleb Williams is a bust. I really do. I don't think he's had all these comebacks, but against who have you had these comebacks against? Right. Yeah, the Giants. Well, Jackson Dart got hurt, and then they brought in Russell Wilson. What'd you expect was going to happen? Wilson's on the tail end of his career. He should just give it up. But anyways.
Yeah, the Bears, the Saints, the Giants, the Vikings. teams with problems, with real problems. And I think, even like the Vikings defense gave them a challenge, but just couldn't, they had so many almost sacks against him. So I don't think they're built to last, and their defense has been pretty soft, which will get them eventually.
And well, the Lions, I think they'll bounce back, but just going for it on fourth down. Don't you think you just want to get the field position back? Like, come on, Dan Campbell, think a little bit here.
Yeah,
Good
I like the
Lord.
aggressiveness, but when you've got a team that's playing pretty sound all around football, you can trust both sides of the ball a little bit more. Like if you had a terrible defense, yeah, keep the ball, go for it. But your defense is not a total pushover.
Yeah, but every time, even when you're on a 30-yard and you're on your own 30, you're going to go for it on 4th and 2, 3, 4. Come on, dude.
Well, and on the road against the Eagles.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a tall order.
I know.
But also, yeah, I know. Like they don't play another game outside the rest of the season. They're either at home or like at Minnesota or I'm trying to think who else they play. The Rams, maybe. They're in domes the rest of the season, so that usually benefits Goff significantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be Packers and Lions. We'll see if LaFleur gets his head out of his ass a little bit, but yeah.
What do you want to see the Packers do more of?
Just hit the gas and let's go. And some of these, like Dobbs and Musgrave, I mean, just catch the ball. I mean, there was like 7 drops in the game against the Giants, and
oh yeah,
I also want to see Golden get a touchdown here. He has not gotten a touchdown. He has made some awesome plays so far this year, but no touchdown. He did have the one where he could have got one against Cleveland, but he went out of bounds. I think if he would have slowed down a little bit and got his bounce, that would have changed the game right there, and we would have won that game easily. But, I mean, also with Kraft being gone for the year, Luke Musgrave, you gotta get your head out of your ass too, and just catch the ball. Don't fumble it. First off, don't get baby deer legs and freaking fall down every time you make a route. That guy's been a total draft bust this year. Just annoying.
As I was talking about, he was the one who was picked first, and then he got hurt and Kraft passed him.
He was picked before Kraft, yeah.
Yeah.
In the third round.
And then he got hurt early on.
Packers curse is always the third round of the draft. We have not had a good pick, except for Kraft, but we have not had good picks in that round for a lot of years. So,
who's the surprise hero for the Packers?
God, that's a good question. I want to say Evan Williams on defense. I think he's been playing great this year. Yeah, there's been a couple plays where he's getting beat a couple times, but that happens when you play on defense a lot. I mean, but he's been, I think, playing great this year. Him and Xavier McKinney out in the safety area. I think, yeah, they've been great this year in my book.
Okay. So, I like that pick. Yeah. I was trying to think who mine is for the Vikings, but like I don't think they're gonna win. So I'm not like, because I guess I want to say Dallas Turner. He had a really good week last week with Jonathan Grenard out, but I guess I say that now, and I'm not sure if Grenard is playing this week or not. So I think the route to victory for the Vikings is if they can get pressure on Love. But I saw somewhere that Love is actually doing really well against the blitz this year. Like, oh man, I forget what the stats were, but really good completions and like just one interception against the blitz. But I mean, they blitzed Caleb Williams 78% of the plays last week, which bananas, but we'll take it. So yeah, I guess I'm hopeful. it's a really weird place to be in that, like, you know, it was just a couple weeks ago I saw them beat the Lions, and I saw the defense hold tough against Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, and they really made the Bears struggled. Although a fair amount of that was just JJ McCarthy and Caleb Williams taking turns throwing wildly inaccurate downfield passes. So I guess I don't know what to think of this team right now, and all I want to see is like a good all around effort. There's been a lot of talk about correcting JJ's technique and everything. So I don't think it's impossible that the Vikings win. In fact, I think it's almost likely, because as soon as I'm thinking like this team is done and we just need to go on to next year, they do something like beat the Lions. So I think the most Vikings thing to do would be to beat the Packers this week and then lose 3 more games, you know, right after we kind of like get that little bit of hope. So do you have an official prediction?
31-17 Packers.
You said it was going to be closer than we think. God, 31. Well,
There's this thing this year with the Packers with the number 27.
Yeah.
Like most of
5
their
games.
Yeah. Well, and Bart Starr was 27 when he won his championship. So was Favre. So was Aaron. Now Jordan is 27. I don't know. I don't see it happening, but
Gotta get hot at the right time. Yeah.
Well, that's what happened in 2010. So we'll see what happens. But I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, K-Fan and everybody else, Minnesota. Who does JJ remind you of?
That's a great question.
You swear number 7 for you guys.
Oh, Culpepper?
Huh?
Oh, Ponder.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I don't get Ponder.
They're already calling him the next Christian Ponder.
I'm
like, give the guy some time. Give him at least 1 more year.
I don't like the erratic passing. And I will, it's one of those, it's always like, it's an argument that I don't like making. But I see people on Twitter like posting these videos of like, look here, he sees this, you know, look at the anticipation. He's throwing this before he's out of, you know, Addison's out of his break. He does have these big moments. Like, I know the Bears are playing kind of a softish kind of shell defense last week where they marched on the field and he got the touchdown and, you know, took the lead against the Bears. But he made those passes, and he made that 4th down completion to Naylor to, you know, close out the game against the Lions. He threw that touchdown to Naylor to kind of bring it up closer with the Ravens. He's got the abilities. I just don't know what's up with the erratic passing. And I've seen the comp made a lot to Josh Allen's rookie year, where he had these flashes, but was just putting 10 times too much pepper on every pass, had no touch, had no finesse. And that's kind of, if I have any hope, it's that like that's something you should be able to dial in. And then I think about, was it Brock Osweiler that from like his first game to his last game just threw the ball 900 miles an hour at every one of his receivers?
When he was
like
at Denver or Houston?
Either. I remember him being just like, whether it was a 6-yard slant or 70 yards downfield, he just put everything behind every single pass.
That was probably at Houston. That's why his career went there.
Yeah. So. I mean, and that's what I see with McCarthy is like, there's no touch. Well, and so, okay, the other storyline that's going into the Vikings or coming off of the Vikings against the Bears was that McCarthy was wildly erratic. And when he did put a pass on target, his receivers dropped it. I think they had 7 drops, 6 or 7. And is it because it's way too hot? Is it because his receivers are surprised he actually put it on target? Like, what's going on that you've got Addison and Jefferson and Hawkinson and they're bricking the ball off their hands? Or was it just a bad game and we're reading too much into it and everything's fine? I will say, especially for like a kind of a redshirt freshman, he's not really a rookie, but he came into the league with an offensive line that was letting their quarterbacks get absolutely freight trained in the backfield. And he still, I wouldn't say, like, Ponder had happy feet. Ponder looked like every time he dropped back to pass, he had this like moment where he realized he really didn't want to play quarterback in the NFL that badly. It looked like he like was regretting his life decisions. I think McCarthy still has that confidence to him, the poise, and frankly more athleticism than Ponder had to move. I think the biggest thing is he needs to see the easy checkdowns, because right now, he, at least going into last week, he led the league in depth of target. I think he needs to take the easy passes or take the run. Like famously now, that pass where against was it the Ravens or the Bears, where he threw it and Jefferson fell down and it was an interception. Again, I don't mind him taking that shot, but there was a lot of open green in front of him. He could have just run for the first down. I would like to see him start making the less aggressive, more intelligent plays. And I think that he can really change the storyline on himself there.
Well, Favre had a lot of green in the 09 championship game, but yeah.
No. I saw that too, and I was like, every time with this team, every time. There's an easy, that still haunts me. I remember I was at the bar, and I was like, just run it. And not only did he not just run it, he threw an interception, and he threw an interception while crossing the line of scrimmage and making it an illegal forward pass. Everything about that.
All right, if Favre would have made that run, who was your field goal kicker that year?
Was it Longwell?
It had to have been Longwell. Oh God,
so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, another thing. Why did your kicker curse come to my team now?
It's only fair.
No, it's not.
We've had our time under the bus.
Oh, come on. Come on. We got a substitute teacher as a backup? Good Lord.
Especially in the year of 1,000, amazing kicks.
Well, and he made that 61-yarder in Arizona, and that's the longest in Packers history. Are you kidding me?
Really?
Yeah. Mason only made a 60.
Okay. But, yeah, I would have guessed he had more than that, but.
Well, I don't know, but the way Mason kicked the football, it's like it just hangs up there for like 2 minutes, and you're like, "Are you gonna go through or not?"
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, the second last game we played at Lambeau, like when he was out there practicing, I was like, my golf shot's better than that. It's just hanging there. I'm
laying
like,
it up.
Good God, dude. Well, then he made the one before halftime, and it toinked off the crossbar and went in. And I'm like, oh, this is the end of him. He can't do it anymore. This is ridiculous. But yeah. So,
I know there's a whole second segment to this episode, so I want to close out the Packer Viking part of this before I turn the keys over to you. So real quick, if you see this in stores, the Goose Island Bourbon County, Bourbon County, bourbon barrel aged stout, delicious. It doesn't label itself, because I probably grabbed the wrong one, as a coffee stout or a chocolate stout, but the flavor is really good. I do get like really chocolatey, kind of bitter sweet richness to it, and also like a little bit of spice on the finish. So if you see it around, by all means grab one. It's actually from Chicago, Goose Island, and it's nice that we can reach across the aisle and hate the Bears together. But they make delicious beer, even if they can't get a quarterback to throw for more than 4,000 yards in a season. So, all that being said, I don't know. It seems wrong to Skal, fyrir, ther too early in the episode, so I'll wait. Corey, you would like to talk about the University of Wisconsin athletics program, specifically the football team, and what has befallen it. And I will turn the keys over because I'm off the merry-go-round in this topic.
I just want to go like, what the hell happened? I mean, this NIL deal is killing college football. How are these other programs like Minnesota, Wisconsin, Northwestern, Maryland, Rutgers? How are these guys supposed to compete with Michigan, Ohio State, Indiana now? What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? We used to kick their ass every year like 83-26. And now they're on fire. Signetti, he's like Barry Alvarez 4.0. He's brought that program to heights they had never seen. I just want, what the hell happened? And why is Fickle still on this team? Baffles me. Do we not have the money? Is that because his buyout is $25 million? Franklin got fired at Penn State and his buyout was $50 million. What's going on? I want to know what's going on. McIntosh is not saying everything. The president of the university, Big Cat from Barstool, just hates her. Do we not have the money? Because the facilities down there for the football program are getting built. Like they're gonna finally have a practice field that's over 100 yards. I didn't know they had their only practice field now is only 85 yards or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is baffles me. But
Arena League.
well, that's where usually all our guys go. But anyway, I mean, like the days of a walk-on are basically gone. It's just ridiculous. Like, and another thing with Fickle, he hasn't really recruited in state. Well, neither did Paul Christ toward the end there before he got fired. The last two draft or recruitment classes were not great in the state of Wisconsin. But when Alvarez was the coach, he put up a wall and basically told his staff, get these guys into our program. Now, also, I know it's hard to get in Wisconsin with the academics and everything else, but what the hell do we got? How much more money do they need is my question. Like the Temu guy who invented Temu, the China guy, whatever.
Oh,
apparently he's alumni. So Big Cat's trying to get him to donate. But like the only people in the state of Wisconsin that have donated is the Kellner family. And they're the ones that are paying for the new facility for the football program. And they've donated in the other sports too. But like our old linemen, our tight ends, our running. When was the last time we had a good running back? Braylon Allen? That's it. I mean, and our quarterback past is just basically a game manager, but still we've gotten these guys that should be playing for like Lake Superior State or something like that, you know? I mean, or Minnesota Duluth. I mean, I don't know. It sucks. I know season ticket stuff is going down again. And one guy on 1070 The Game made a joke of, somebody left Badger tickets in the car again, when the joke was that somebody did that in the 80s too when Don Morton was head coach. But yeah.
Well, I mean, I texted you back in like October, like saying what's going on, like
Right.
because I usually I'm a casual Badgers fan. Like I watch the games, but I don't really follow the moves and everything. But even I would like, by that point they had lost so many games, and not like, oh well, you expect to lose to Ohio State, you expect to lose to this school. They were just like getting blown out by schools, and I had to ask like, what happened? Like, not that the Badgers are. You expect to lose to Ohio State. You expect to lose to Alabama. You expect to lose to LSU, like the big programs. But I guess I'm surprised that even with the NIL stuff, to me, the Packers are kind of a blue chip football school, especially if you're a lineman or a running back. Like you go to Wisconsin to play those positions. And it's weird to me that they aren't getting, maybe it's a small sample size, but it seems really weird to me that they're not getting that kind of talent in now.
Well, there was a report. I don't know if it was a Milwaukee Journal or maybe it was the Wisconsin State Journal. A lot of the high school coaches in the state of Wisconsin, they haven't heard from any of that staff at Wisconsin, pretty much. So that right there says you're not doing. Fickle's not doing it the Wisconsin way. He's thinking outside the box, like how the air raid thing go. Yeah, that went to real quick. I mean, Wisconsin is Alvarez brought it. It is smash mouth football. Run the ball. Big boys up front. You get a running back. How about we bring a fullback back? Because that's what we need too. I am sick of not seeing a fullback out there. Just I formation, run the ball, let's go. That's what Wisconsin used to be. Mm-hmm. Bring that back. It always worked.
I'll say in my memorable football watching lifetime, is Russell Wilson the best Badgers quarterback we've ever had, like in terms of passing the ball?
For 1 year, yes.
Yeah, I mean, for the year they had him, yeah. But, I know that like the Badgers made their hay running the ball. Like it's not a air raid offense.
God, that just doesn't make sense. Air raid, Wisconsin. That doesn't mix with how Wisconsin is. I mean, I don't know. It seemed doomed from the start with Longo as the offensive coordinator. But when they hired Fickle, yeah, it seemed like a home run hire. You know, he was one of the hottest coaches in the country at that time, got Cincinnati to the playoff, even though they lost right away. But, you know, he was get recruited to Notre Dame. He was in other bigger schools at the time. Well, it might have just been Notre Dame. I'm not sure. Yeah, it might have just been Notre Dame. But, and then Notre Dame went with, I forget who their coach is now. But anyways, just, it seemed like a home run here. Mm-hmm. But now I don't know. It's just, we'll see what happens next year. You never know with this NIL stuff. I don't know. I just hope it's not like the late 80s where it was just abysmal to watch. Just like my dad said at the bar, they just watch the start of it, then flip it over when it was like halfway through the first quarter.
Yeah, you hope you don't have that age of darkness, but then also, I mean, they had a 20-year run of success.
Oh yeah, but Alvarez says we're spoiled. Dude, no, we're not. We're just expected of this now. This is what you started this, and now you're calling us spoiled? Really?
It's tough because like there's all these Patriots fans who are celebrating, you know, oh, after so many hard years, we're finally, you know, back. And it's like you had what 7 years of like not playing great, like, and then there's franchises out there. I mean, my first thought is like, you know, the poor Vikings haven't won a Super Bowl, but there are worse teams than the Vikings who haven't had any success, you know, in so long.
Cleveland
or Cleveland, or I mean, even the Chargers. Like,
yeah,
they're as snake bitten as the Vikings, but they don't even have like what I would consider a loyal fan base because they moved from San Diego to LA, and they just can't seem to get any traction there because the Rams have whatever fan base there is to have. Like,
the Cardinals have moved 4 times.
Yeah, I mean the Cardinals are another team that since what Super Bowl was that? They're snake bitten. They have no, as the kids say, no riz. Like the whole franchise just kind of has this like, hey, we're also a professional football team, but like if there was a relegation system in American football, like the Cardinals would be, you know. And like the Titans, oh God, you know, or the Falcons. God, the Falcons since the 28-3, they're cursed. So like to hear Patriots fans be like, oh, it's finally our turn. Like you had to wait 5 years. So I hope the Packers bounce back.
You told JP to shut up.
No, I haven't heard a peep from him. There's a lot of stuff on social media like, oh, after all the hard times we've had, it's really nice to have a good quarterback again. And it's like, I mean, I'm sure I'll feel that way if the Vikings have one again, but like, it's funny. Like when you look at the spoiled versus like what's expected of a franchise, like you don't expect, I mean, for the Giants to have this long of a kind of a dead run, you know, like they are an old franchise. They're a storied franchise. They're in a major market, but they just can't seem to get out of their own way. I guess it makes me grateful to be, you know, to cheer for the Badgers and know that like over the last most of my lifetime, they've been competitive. You know, maybe they're not in the playoffs. Maybe we don't expect them to beat the Ohio States, but you can root for them most of the year and expect good football. Vikings, generally the same. You expect them to be at least in the conversation. They're not hopeless. If anything, that makes them more frustrating. It'd be one thing if they were abysmal. If we could just be like, yeah, I'm going to go out and rake the leaves this Sunday instead of watch that game. But then they beat the Lions, and now I don't know what to do with myself. So
I was so surprised by that. No offense, but I'm just like, I guess JJ is really undefeated in his home state. So
yeah. I ran out of time to make a video that week, which is good because it was going to be like Jameer Gibbs is going to run it down our throat. Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to have 15 catches for 200 yards. Like it's going to be a shellacking. And then it was a really good football game. And the whole time I was like, okay, well, this is where they mess it up. This is where they mess it up. And then they didn't. And I was like, all right, cool. Then that means the Ravens, you know, we can play against the Ravens. And they, no, not getting into it. It's about the Packers. We're on to Green Bay. It's going to be, I think, pretty nice, right? 45-ish, not super windy, no rain, no snow.
Actually, 50.
Oh, that's a beautiful November afternoon.
Yeah, so if you shoot a deer Sunday, shoot it quick and gut it out quick.
Yeah, get it hanging quick, and then probably clean it quick because it's not quite refrigerator temperature outside.
That'll be cold at night. But empty the clip.
Yeah. And then get inside.
I'll be at my shack, so.
Right. Yeah, we'll be in our cabin that we're building as we're inside of it.
It's still not.
And then also, we've got a shell up. We've got some insulation in. We've got a quarter of the ceiling up.
Okay.
We've got space heaters. It's going to be fine, Corey. It's going to be fine. Yep. It's going to be totally fine.
I got my little heater and I got my apple pie and blackberry brandy. I'll be fine.
There you go. Yeah, I'll be tuning in. Do the Packers play on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Against the Lions?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I hate it.
That is a rough turnaround.
Well, it'd be the third year in a row we play on Thanksgiving. I mean, damn. There's a reason why Vince Lombardi was like, no more. No more. I mean, yeah, give us a break. Jeez. Yeah. I don't want to. It's bad enough I gotta go up north for Thanksgiving. I don't want to be more stressed.
Well, see, I guess it's in my mind, it's cool to see like the Packers and the Lions playing. Like that's two of the best teams in the NFC North, but I have no horse in the race at that point. So it's like I can just watch it and enjoy it as a fan. It feels like the Vikings have played on Halloween like 3 out of the last 4 years. And it's like, well, that's cool. I can like dress up in my costume and watch the Vikings. Oh, no. So I get you. But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, good luck to your team. Maybe not so much this week, but going forward. Good luck with your hunt. Be safe.
Yeah, you too.
Skal, feel it there.
Go Pack Go.
Oh, that is good stuff. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you everybody for watching. If I don't check in before then, happy Thanksgiving and stay safe, hunters. Adios.